Hey guys, this is Alan with Keepical. We're keeping groups together. I wear many hats, but most of you know me as a Mastermind group facilitator and program director. Today I'd like to talk to you about what is the best time of day for you to hold your meetings. Let me share a real quick little story about something that happened to me about 3 or 4 years ago. I was organizing a group and I decided to make a personal sacrifice to meet on every second Tuesday evening, and I really didn't want to meet on evenings, and I had to miss something that I really enjoyed. And we ran that meeting every month for 2 years on that evening, and the group had begun to get kind of stale. And we went in and said, well, let's kind of reinvent ourselves and see what we can do to reinvigorate. And in polling the group and talking to the members, every single one of them said, we would rather meet in the mornings. And so all that time we'd been meeting in the evenings, and I thought I was making a personal sacrifice for their good when all of them wanted to meet during the day. So there's a real lesson to be learned there, and one that taught me a permanent lesson. Listen to the people that you are helping. So let's just talk a second about evenings versus days on that. There's one real common thread here that I think can really impact the makeup of your group. If your common interest or the reason that your members are in the group is to further their profession or their business, and this is essentially work associated with what they do to earn a living, I think you should hold the meeting during the time that they work. And for most people, that's Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening. And that's when it should be held, because that's the time they've set aside for doing their job. And being in your group is part of them doing their job, working on the business, that kind of thing. On the other hand, if the reason that the common interest that your group comes together is more about, are they trying to start a business? Are they trying to further some sort of hobby or their side hustle or something like that, then, or it has nothing to do with work or business, then it might be best to organize that meeting at a time outside work hours, the weekend or especially evenings, that kind of thing. And so even if you define the group in one sphere, if you meet at the opposite time, you may have trouble getting the right people in the group. It's very simple. So let's talk a little bit about, if it's going to be days, mornings versus afternoons. So I believe that mornings are a better time, if everything else is equal, than afternoons, mainly because the majority of us, me included, think sharper in the mornings. There's been studies done on this. We're able to think through things and reason through things that are much more in-depth and complicated, to develop strategies and brainstorm more efficiently in those morning hours after we've rested. And then in the afternoon, after we've eaten and there's some serotonin in the system and all that, we begin to lose some of that ability to give deep thought, but we still retain the ability to grind out important things such as to-do lists, checking the email, returning phone calls. And so we can be productive the whole day. It's just that the purpose that the mastermind group serves is when you want to be your sharpest. So just keep that in mind on as far as mornings versus afternoons. Let's talk a minute about lunch. Oftentimes meetings are organized around meals. People, if they'll just expand that lunch hour or dinner hours, then that's convenient to the members. But I find it to be very disruptive, and it actually, the mastermind groups are there to get something done. We're trying to move the ball forward. This is not a social hour. And so if eating a meal is associated with your meetings, that tends to disrupt and remove the focus from why you're there. So I'm a strong believer in, you could have it after the meal or better before the meal, but try to avoid a meal in the middle of your meetings. Now, that's not to say if you have face-to-face meetings that it's not great to have something for them to snack on, or something, some sort of refreshment, so that they don't get distracted because they're hungry, right? So I would say that one of the most important things that you need to consider is your own schedule. Go and time block off your schedule these things. You need to deal with membership development, marketing. Perhaps you need to develop curricula. You might have coaching sessions. Sort of take a look at the big picture and see, now where can I fit in my meetings, and back into that first. Don't make those kinds of sacrifices, and then talk to your members and see what they're interested in. I'm going to go on and have another short little video clip that follows this one, talking about days of the week. So please join me for that. For now, I hope you got something from this video clip. I do like hearing from you guys. Let me know if you have any additional thoughts or comments. Oftentimes where the clip is hosted, you can make comments there. I monitor that, and we'll certainly get that information. Or you can contact me at keepical.com. I'm more than happy to hear from you. Thank you.